This is Nick Nessler for Hyperactive Studios, and we're going another video on the whole Apache in-depth development series here. And this we're going to go over virtual hosting. It's part 3 of the series. So let's go over how to set this up, and we're going to set it up. I'm going to show you a couple ways to do this. We can do it both coming out of the www directory and then also coming out of a local user directory. And the local user directory is well, it's really nice for several reasons, and one of the main reasons is that people can just develop directly around their accounts without having to worry about distributing the site, and then the site just becomes live through there. So it's really, really nice, it's really slick, and it's pretty cool to set up. So here I'm running Nate, user Nate here, and it works great. The page I just created here, it's a simple page to test with as far as that goes. And let's just set up another one and see how to go about this. Alright, so one of the things I need to do is I need to go ahead and just add one into the host file, an entry in there. So I'm just going to go into VIM here. I'm just going to say etc/host. Now, in a real world situation, I'd actually go in and set this up in the DNS server, but I'm just going to keep this simple for this presentation. And then once you know DNS, whatever, you can easily do the DNS entry instead. I'm just going to point this out. I don't want to get this into a multi-server in-depth series of tons of servers. Rather, I just want to focus purely on Apache at LAMP and not entangle other servers with it. So, you can do other servers go into depth on the other servers to set those up. So, cover that in another series for DNS. But anyways, here we have this here. Now I can actually have fixed multiple names with a single IP address. So I have Nate here assigned to this, but I could also have a different address assigned to this too. I don't have to have just Nate to this. I have Nate added to this. We could do other ones too. Like for instance, we could do made up site.dom. So just get the idea across that this site does not exist. And if I hit escape and shift ZZ, that will save, and I should be able to then ping. Let me just enlarge this a bit. I should be able to then ping my made up site.dom. Assuming no, I didn't do my made up. I'm sorry, just made up. Made up site. There we go. Control C to kill it, so we don't have to keep pinging it. But anyways, there we go, and that worked, no problem. Great. So now we can actually add this site to our Apache web server. And the way we're going to do this is by doing basically creating a virtual host. So in order to do that, I'm going to cd into /etc/apache2 like that, and go into that directory ls. And here we see lots of different directories, but the sites dash available is included into the apache.2.conf file, which is essentially going into our httpd.conf file. So basically, if we make modifications as additional files into the sites available folder, it actually essentially gets added to the apache2.conf file. And so it's by proxy. So this actually lets us stay more organized and look cleaner, because we don't have everything slammed into one file. So I'm just cd into our sites here. I'm going to hit tab to finish typing that a little bit. Hit A, hit tab again, and it lets me finish typing that out. So cd into sites available. Enter, ls, and there we are. So we have a couple of them here. Main, default, default, SSS, L, if you're doing a secure site with like bank transactions or something like that. And then Nate is the one I created a second ago. But I'm just going to copy default here, and then we'll create a new name for it. Alright. And made up site.dom. Boy, it really helps to spell that right. Made up site.dom there is the one I want to create. So we're going to copy default into and rename it as made up site.dom, and then we're going to edit it. Yep, I agree. We don't have permission to do that because I need to put sudo in front of it. Alright, so throw sudo in front of it, and bam, we made the copy. Alright, awesome. If I do an ls now, we'll see made up site.dom is there. So let's vim that. So vim made up site.dom, like so. And now we're going to hit enter. Bam. So it brings up all this awesome information that we need. We have webmaster going at localhost. That's fine for my setup right here. If you had a real server on the line or whatever, you would actually put in that email address to your email server. But in this case, I'm not doing that. Um, and then this could go to a whole nother user. It's starting to think about it. I really don't have a user account for this. So I'm just going to make it go to Nate, but I'm going to create a special folder for this. So let's have it go to home/Nate in this case. In your case, put your name, your home user account's address. Don't put Nate, put your own. And then here after www, which we already have established, let's create a new one. Let's call it madeupsite.dom. So that'll be the name of the folder. And yeah, we can actually do that. And then I need to do the same thing with this directory here. So whatever I do to the one up above here for their document root, that needs to be mirrored down here. So I can't just make one change there and take off and not handle the one down here. These need to be duplicated. Alright, and I need to put a slash at the end of this one too, by the way. Madeupsite.dom slash. Yeah, it's important. Alright. And I'm going to allow for everyone to access this. Allow from all. Override none. You could actually set overrides on this. Follow symbolic links. Options, indices, following symbolic links, multiple views. Overall none. Allow, deny for the order. We allow first before we deny. You can change that order if you like. By swapping it and say deny before allow. Say deny, comma allow. That changes the order. You can also set it to where it's not just. See if I can't give you an example. If you instead of saying like allow from all, you could actually say an IP address with its mask for creating a range here. And so there's an example of that right there. You can also do a deny from all, and we should then block everything. And if deny was before allow, it blocked just everything. So you get some other examples of other ways to go about this stuff here. They have custom logs in here for access logs. Now, something I'd like to point out, these logs don't have to be set just to regular old log, as far as that goes. We could actually specify these to be our own custom logs, which is really nice. So if I go in here and say like a dash here, I can then say something like madeupsite.dom.log, and so then I'll get this special log file that's only for madeupsite.dom and not for anything else. I said DOM because DOM doesn't exist on the internet. That's why I did DOM. If I did .com, that would be a problem because it could actually exist. So madeupsite.com might actually exist somewhere on the internet. We don't want that to happen, so I'm creating a totally fictitious site here. Okay. Well, that's our access log. Yeah, we could break that one out separately too if we wanted to. Well, it goes along with common and such. Oh yeah, something else I should point out. This is where you can specify what IP address this relates to or whatever, and then colon and what the port is. So I just said all of them, and we're really doing this based on the name. Let's see here. Where's server name? Well, we could have some other ones here too if we wanted to. Well, we have server admin, but we don't have server name. Probably want to have server name in there. Server name. And let's just set it to something like madeupsite.dom. Like that. Sounds good. Yeah, I guess it is the top of it. Okay. So with that entry in there, we got our pertinent information in there. Where that goes. Escape, Shift, ZZ. Ah, and it's set to read only. I must have forgotten to escape colon Q exclamation mark. Yep, I forgot to put sudo in front of that. So I just lost all my changes. It's really frustrating. I key here. I'm going to just do this a little quicker here. Server name. Made up site.dom. Come in here. Home/Nate. in the case, do your name instead, slash, and then here instead of www, we have www, but this could be made up site.dom. Alright, again, I'm lazy, so I'm just going to point that out ahead of time. And I just don't want to type that again, so I'm not going to. It's just a waste of time. There we go. Error log dash. Again, I'm too lazy to type all this. Just gonna select it and middle clicking is what I'm doing to paste it like that. Alright, so that's like everything basically done really quick. So that's the thing, once you get good at this, you do it quickly. Alright, so with that, I now have another one in here. If I do an ls, we'll see it. Awesome. And then we'll need to do a few other things. So first of all, we need to go back into our home directory here, say ls, and go into www. So, and then we need to make a new directory. So mkdir, and the new directory we need to make is made up site.dom. Like so, and then we need to change a few things. So we need to say chown here, and we need to say -r, and then name of your user. In this case, Nate for me. And then we need to say www-data here for our group. It's kind of important. And this is recursive, so if there's anything inside this folder, of course it won't be, but you get the idea. Made up site, and don't hit enter after I type this, site.dom, because we need to come back here and say sudo in front of it. Otherwise, this isn't going to happen, because it needs to be root privileged to do this. Site.dom. Really? So the directory made up site.dom exists. It does exist. Nice. Let's put quotes around it, as it'll probably make it. I was hoping it would. Oh, how fun. Maybe we just lose the .dom part. I didn't think it'd be a problem. Oh, I misspelled it. That's what happened. Oh my gosh. Alright, RM. Made up site. No, it'd be too easy if I spelled it right? Yeah, if we do a -r here, it'll remove it unconditionally. It's toast. Alright, mkdir made up site.dom. Okay, cool. Going up with the up arrow to get back to this part right here. Let's get rid of my quotes there. Bam, like so. ls-l. And we can see that yes, it is Nate and www-data here for the user, for the group. Now the reason why we want to be www-data here for the group is because we need to be able to let Apache basically communicate with it, and so we need to make it user www-data for that to happen. Now if I do chmod g+r and then recursively, capital R for recursive on chmod and chown chgrp group, which is those commands, and then do this on made up. I'm not going to type all that. I'm just going to hit enter. Bam, there it is. ls-l. So make sure it has read privileges on for Apache, so that Apache can read the files. Doesn't need to necessarily write them or execute them, but needs to read them. Very important. And then we can create a file inside of made up here. So before we do this, though, we need to enable the site. So if we do made up site.dom, yeah, it's sudo a2 in site. It's enable site en site. I knew it was enable, but it's for in site, for enable site. Alright, so that's the part there. Okay, cool. So when we run this, it's going to basically make that happen. It's going to also make it graceful, so if there's any other servers, any clients connected to the server or anything like that, it's not going to affect it, which is nice. And there we go. So as far as enable, sorry, no, that enables the site. I'm sorry, the service Apache 2 reload enabled restarts it gracefully. Service Apache 2, and then when we say reload, it's going to make it go gracefully. Oh, and this needs to be sudo in front of it, of course, because we are doing root. And there we go. Okay, cool. And then now we have something live here, as far as this goes. If we go into cd into made up site, DOM here, I can ls in it, see nothing at all. Cool. We can then create a page in here. So the cool thing about this is, since this is a actual, I mean, this is the really nice part about this. So let me show you what happens here. We have this set up here. I can literally just pull up gedit now, or I can do NetBeans, or anything I want really, and use whatever program I want to write it up in PHP. And I can save this thing. I can just come in here real easily and say, okay, so I need to save it. And where do I want to save it? Well, I want to save it in Nate www made up sites, and I'm going to call this one index.html. Alright, cool. So it's going to end up being index.html, and you know, it's pretty cool because I can sit there and start out here with a HTML tag like this, tab it over. Now when I'm doing this browser here, I need to come up here and edit preferences. Sorry, I need to say display line numbers here, highlight current line, matching brackets need to be checked, and then under editor I need to check enable automatic indentation, so let's just automatically tab over and things of that nature. And then we need to do like a head tag here. I really need to spell it right though. Head that. I need to do a closing head tag. And then I need to do an opening body tag. Body. And then closing body tag. Like that. And then we need to do a closing HTML tag. I know technically you don't have to tab them, but I do in order to keep things clean. Just because it's annoying not to have things structured and clean for code. So anyways, let's see. Alright, so if everything goes good, we should have our made up sites alive here. And I can even, I don't know, throw these in with the H1 tags to make this really big, right? I could do a CSS, but I don't want to right yet. We'll put that for a whole nother lesson. And stuff. I'm just going to do simple HTML tags right now. Alright, cool. I'm just going to say save. Alright, so now that page is live. That's it. That's all I should have to do. So if I click over here to Firefox and then come over here and do another tab, I should be able to say made up site.dom. Enter. Okay, so there's a few things I forgot to do. Let's check it out real quick. I need to go back into my file. So I'm just going to say I need to click sudo here vim space slash etc slash apache 2 slash sites dash a available, hit tab, and then when you do the made up site, so it's like m and then hit tab again, and then that gets me my full length of the gamut. And one of the things I forgot to do in here was add aliases. So I have my server name here, madeupsite.dom. I also can have a server alias, and that'd be like www.madeupsite.dom. So that's kind of cool. So I threw that in there too. And really, that's the only change I had to make. There's one other change I need to make besides that. I'm just going to come in here and hit escape, shift ZZ. And that change I need to do is go in to also add it to the host file. So if I cd into, say vim etc/hosts like this, and then we also need to put sudo in front of it, of course. Always forget that. Enter. Come in here and I tried out creating another address, but I don't have to. I can attach it to another address, like for instance this one right here. So along with Nate, I can have madeupsite.dom and www.madeupsite.dom. So the important part is to have the www part. Both of these work, but this one works here too, so there's no need to change it. So www.madeupsite.dom works also. We need to put that in there though to work with the alias. So once you have that in there, hit escape, shift CZ. Don't forget to use I to go into insert mode and put that in. Okay, so with that all said and done, we do need to reload because we already enabled our site, right? So we need to say sudo space service space apache 2 space reload, like so, and reload. Alright, cool. Yep. And yeah, I never made that folder, so that's why it's throwing a fit, but oh well. We can do that real quick if need be. So if it bothers anybody, simply you just come in here and you say sudo space slash var slash www/html, and we say mkdir in front of that, mkdir like that. Bam, there it is, and then you would sudo it like so. You would just say like ls-l /var/ww. And we can see all the folders in here, including HTML and its root, so that's good to go. And then it's the document root, so it'd be actually a working page. And then if we just run reload again, it'll automatically call graceful, and bam, now you no longer have that error there. So that's how you get rid of that. So anyways, it's that simple. I put it into the default one because I just didn't want to be in /ww/var/www. I want to have other folders like error folders, other folders where you get files outside of the main document root folder. It's just better if you put HTML folder inside of your other folder and don't make the www one your document root, because that's where all your Apache stuff has to go otherwise. So yeah, don't like doing that. So I created a separate folder in there and set the document root to it. You don't have to. You can if you want to, but it's a good idea if you do. Anyhow, that all aside, I wrote a web page. Came over here and I typed this one up right here. So I just typed it up, and of course the cool thing about this is afterwards I can simply save it right into, say, file, save as, and I can just save it into my nice new brand spanking folder here, madeupsite.dom, and that's what I did. So I added a title in here, so I get a title made up site at the top of my title bar here inside my web browser, which I thought was cool. So save that, came over here, and now when I go to the site, madeupsite.dom, I have to do that. You might have to hit the reload button in order to get update, but I can also now do www.madeupsite.dom, and it works. And that's because I put it both in the host file and also as a server alias. Well, and I can continue to add additional pages to this thing, just as show you, and come here, create a new one. I can do PHP, for instance. There's a PHP info one. Closing, like that. Alright, cool. File, save as, like so. Let's do like index.php. No, let's do info.php. That'd be better. Alright, that page now exists. Come in here and say /info.php, and bam, there it is. So yeah, see how easy it is? We can just use our regular programs graphically like this. Apache can connect easily to the site, no problem whatsoever, and that's nice. But you might be going, well, and that's taking it from the users. Now, what if we want to do a different setup where we want the account to go to the regular Apache location? Well, we can do that actually. And let's create one like that. Alright, so instead of being here inside the user, it would be over in the main location. But I kind of like putting it in the user account because then when they log in, they get redirected or FTP'd right to their user, everything, and then there's all their stuff. There's their web page. There's everything they have for their files and their user. So it's kind of nice. That's my take on it, anyways. You can have your own setup if you like. Another popular way to do it is to put it into the /var/www folder. To do that, it's actually kind of the way it's set up by default. It's not that bad to set that up, actually. I'm just going to do sites again, dash available, hit tab, and cd into that, ls, like so. And I'm just going to copy my default, and I did make a few changes to my default. You can just replicate my own here, but let's do another site here. Let's call it, how about whatever.dom. Whatever.dom it is. Whatever its name is, .dom. I don't know. So here we go. Create. Oh, yep. Need to have sudo in front of that. Alright. ls. And there we are. Cool. Nothing special there, really. vim here to whatever.dom. Again, that needs to be sudo in front of it. And I keep doing that. Alright. I'm going to edit mode. And I set up the server name. I really should have set up an alias too, but I didn't. Oh well. Server alias. I like kind of having that template going here. This is going to be just whatever. .dom, and then man. Alright. Whatever. .dom here, and we'll just do www and move it. Like that. Okay, cool. So we're really almost set up, but we're not quite. And really I want to do what? Something like whatever.dom, like that. And then it's HTML. So we know this is going to be its location, and that's going to be actual serving HTML there. So I kind of set this up from the default there to make life a little easier. And then so you kind of see how that makes things nice by setting it up this way in my default. Alright, we're really set up and go. I mean, we really don't do anything else. That's pretty much it. Everything else here is really the way we want it. I guess we could do the error log, make it a little cooler. Right? So we can say whatever.dom on this one. Yeah, so that'd be nice. But really, other than that, that's really it. I don't know, that works. You can do it on access log too, but I don't care. I'm just going to say escape at this point. And say shift ZZ. Now we need to go ahead and edit our sudo first. vim, and we edit our etc/host file like that. Alright, so we're going to go in there and we can add it on. And I don't know, I'm just going to take over this IP address here. I'm not really worried about anybody being on that realm of whatever. Let's see, exactly whatever.dom. How about that? And we need to do www whatever.dom, and then say escape. I said on 127.1.1.1. It's whatever. Shift CZ. Really, it is. We say ifconfig. With this, we can see our listing of our IP addresses. Things really haven't changed on that. That's cool. But what if I did something a little different here? What if I pinged whatever, which is what we did before, .dom. I guess it's debatable as to if it's really different. And then we also need to ping www.whatever. Okay, we did. Awesome. Now we need to go ahead and create those folders that we just talked about doing. var/www. Like so. Okay, cool. And we need to say mkdir inside of here. And we need to say whatever.dom. Like that. Awesome. We need to be sudoing that. Just saying. Bam. There we go. And inside that one, we need to create another folder. So whatever. Tab. CD. W. Whatever. Like that. And then let's say mkdir. I need to sudo that. mkdir. Like that. And then well, we need to do something else. We need to say HTML in here. Right? Bam. Create that folder. Okay, cool. Let's cd dot dot out of that folder. We're back into this location here. If I do an ls-l, we'll notice something right here. That's root for both of these. And although that's cool, that's not what we want. So we really need to be user and group. So it should be like the user, in this case, is going to be Nate, and group is going to be www-data. So this gives access to Apache, and then this gives us access to where we don't have to constantly move back and forth between root and regular user to do this, establish this. So in order to do that, we need to say chown. Well, first off, we need to say sudo, right? So chown space here, and then your username. But in my case, I'm Nate, so Nate : and then I'm going to say www-data, like that. It should be data, not date, and then whatever. .dom, and then one other thing I need to do is I need to do this as a -r, capital R, to make it recursive, because I really don't want to do that for each folder. So there we go. It saves time and effort. There we go. And then sudo again, and then chmod, next space, and then we're going to say -r again, like this, and we're going to say g plus r, and then we need to say space, and we need to do whatever .dom. I'm not going to type it all. I'm just going to start typing and hit tab. Alright, cool. And so that sets read permissions on everything inside of there. Okay, and now this is set up and ready to go. And then we need to say sudo, and we see a2en site space, and then name of the site, and it's going to be whatever.dom, right? Like so, and that should enable it. So we enabled it, and now we need to sudo service apache 2, and then reload, like that, and enter, and it should take care of us. It did. Okay, cool. So now we need to make a page in this. Now I could do it through vim, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go through gedit here, yet again. So I'm just going to come over here, go into my gedit, and I'm just going to make a real quick page. I'm lazy, so I'm just going to kind of select this HTML code from before, click on a new one, and paste. Alright, cool. I'm going to save this now. I'm going to save it not in this location here. I'm going to go into my file system. I'm going to scroll down to var, and I'm going to scroll into www. I'm going to go into whatever.dom, and then into HTML. I'm going to name this index.html, like so, and say save. Okay, cool. And there it is. And I don't want it to be made up site now anymore. I'm going to say it's whatever man. It's our whatever man site. It's kind of a joke there because the site's name is whatever. We're saying it's whatever man. The site is whatever man. So get it. Yeah, stupid joke. But anyways, come in here, and then I can come back over to this area here, like so. I could say whatever.dom. It's whatever man. Like that. Pow. There we are. We're good to go. Again, I could do the same thing over here. I come in here and say PHP, do my test again, Control C to copy it, click this button to create a new one, paste again, come down here, file, save as, and again I can come in here and say PHP, and then do info, like so. And there it is, live and kicking up. Oh yeah, I probably need to test the www part. Yep, it works great. / info.php, and it works. Yay, tons of stuff. Alright, and that is how you can set up basic overview of virtual hosting. We'll dig into some more different configurations, but this is kind of cool because you can have like a single IP address with this and have lots of different website names for that one IP address. So that's kind of cool. because then it really saves you a lot of money, and you can just have lots of websites hosted off of one IP address, off of one DNS server, off of one web server. So you can have lots of web pages hosted off of one web server, and that's kind of the advantage of this, and it's the whole point of really doing virtual hosting. But anyways, that's how you set it up. You can even set it up where you can have like special custom ones here, where if it fails on any other circumstance, where you can have like a custom page it automatically goes to. You can do all kinds of crazy cool stuff like that with this virtual hosting. I'm not going to get into it right now. We'll put in another video later. So we'll just do like virtual hosting, more advanced stuff you can do with it. But that's two of the most common configurations you'll see around. That's how to go about it. This is how you enable it so that your end users can just use this easily with the permissions. You don't have to go back and forth between root and regular user. And it makes life a lot better, a whole lot easier. And it's also how you enable the sites inside of Ubuntu. And it's a little different than in some other distributions of Linux. You don't have to do the A2 insight command. So there's that. But otherwise, that's a very Ubuntu thing, or Debian type thing. But with that, that really does cover up how to set up multiple sites. We now have 3, or at least I do anyways. You can go and create another one for yourself. But I now have 3 custom ones, not counting the default localhost one. So I really have 4 sites already now running off this one server here. And I mean, you can see how easy it is to develop for each site. So you can have one developed for each client. It makes things really nice because you separate them apart from each other. And then you can upload them to your server and host them on multiple servers. Or you can make this your actual live server and just, as you create the pages, they're hosted. So that's also possible. And that's also really cool, and you can do that too. But with that, my name is Nate Nussler, and this is for Hyperactive Studios.